All right, we are talking 11-5A Division One with Kingwood Park head coach Clayton Maple. And coach, obviously these districts come and go every 2 years, but last year you jumped into it and you probably looked at it and was like, man, this is going to be a tough district. But did you ever realize you had two teams that would be in the regional final, one in the state semifinal, and you had a good squad, but you came up one game short of the playoffs because of the competition you have in this district. Does that get you ready for this coming year? And what did you learn last year for this last year in this district?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. You nailed everything spot on right there. It was just when we had realignment, thinking, okay, here's a district. There was some changing with the UIL. A couple teams left, a couple came in. But when the dust settled, we were like, okay, this is gonna be competitive district. And then to your point, LaPorte and Angleton just rolling the way they did. Both those coaches do a great job. They'll be favorites again this year. But like I said, so for us, good that it's 2 years, so we have that year to get used to those guys. Get those games under our belt and be ready to go get after them again this upcoming season for sure.
What did you learn about your team, especially some of the guys that you didn't have graduate this year? They'll be back next year. That's like, okay, we'll be ready. I mean, Angleton, Laporte, that big red machine, and Crosby, Friendswood, they're all going to still be tough. But what did you learn about some of your players that are coming up? Maybe somebody like Kai at receiver, because I know you got to replace your quarterback in Gilliam. But what did you learn about? Maybe let's start on the offensive side of the ball. Some of you guys coming back that be able to compete this
Yeah,
coming year.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Big, excited to have Dane Solomon come back. He got a knee injury midway through the year last year. The year before had a phenomenal year on the JV. Was doing some good things for us this past year, and now he's back. He's out there running around, going full speed, looking for a lot from Cooper Walaco. He split time at running back last year, man. And when I tell you his off seasons has been great. I mean, one of the college coaches we are just looking at. 446, squat 500 pounds to a 12-inch box, power clean 280, and you can't really cheat on the power clean. So
No.
I tell you, and the way he's been running in practice right now is just he's kind of on a mission. So man, we're looking for him to come and run behind what's going to be a young offensive line, but with a couple returners coming back there. Dakota Dement returning, he threw the shot in the state track meet just last weekend. So 4 or 5 guys to really build around that have the experience that they're going to help our younger guys acclimate quickly, hopefully to what they've got coming up here in district play.
You mentioned we aren't doing spring ball this year, but when you get at it in August, where is your eyes going to be on the practice field for somebody to kind of step up where you're like, "Oh, I'm not quite sure what I have at this position. Let's see who's ready to grab that position and run with it."
Man, I think a lot of people talk about it in this way, and it's not really one, it's five, and that's those front five on the offensive line. Definitely 100. So I just gave you kind of the numbers of the guy that should be doing the most of the work for running back, and we need those 5 guys to just they're looking really good now. So Miles will be right across that front with those 5 and making sure they're gelling, coming off the ball together, and making some holes. A good H back coming up that his brother played it most of the time for us last year. Luke Elliott, he's an H-back. What we like about him, I coach the H's, and what I like about him is that he can put his hand down as a tight end. He can be off like a fullback, and he's long and tall enough with receiver skills to get out and play as a detached receiver as well. So the O line, and running backs, because again, we know things don't change. You win the ball game at the front. So that's what we're hoping for with our O line.
How about defensively? What do we have coming back, and what are you looking for?
Again, we've got a lot of young guys. We graduated quite a few guys. The good news is the JV team that we had last year was successful. I think they were 9-1, so they've had some success in this district, just at the JV level as opposed to the varsity level. But returning back at corner is Evan Stanislaw, so we'll kind of build the secondary around him. We've got Elliot Warren, who played safety for us. We'll probably drop him down, let him play some outside linebacker. But then again, I've been doing this a while, and I still believe with all my heart that O line and D line, as they go, we go. And so we've definitely got to keep an eye on those guys. Both of our coaches on those lines do a great job, and so letting those guys get after it and see, hey, they know Angleton, they're tough.
Yeah.
Laporte's tough. They play ball, and so we spend a lot of time making sure not just lifting and running, but that whole toughness aspect that we need to bring on Friday and nights as well.
All right, I'll leave you with this. You got three non-district games. Who do you have in those non-district, and what do you hope to get out of those games to get you prepared for what we just discussed as a difficult district?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to, again, we got that familiarity coming back because it's the same team just like district is, but we'll open up the season in Montgomery. Had a good close game with those guys, and they really kind of took off last year as well. I mean, after we play them, we don't follow them too much, but I feel like, coach over there, they did a good job at Montgomery going.
Yeah, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be a great test coming out of the box for sure. And then we'll go to Dayton. We'll play those guys again. Again, former Crosby coach over there in his second or third year now, getting those guys rolling. And then we'll go back and play Clear Lake again as well, which again, a little bit bigger school, but like to get in that environment and play somebody that, that's going to be comparable, right? We want to make
Right.
sure that we get some good competition. I don't want to go and just schedule. I want to be very intentional with our scheduling. I think Clear Lake is a good game for us, and then we'll go right into a bye week and jump into district play with Fort Bend Kempner.
Excellent. Hey, you mentioned earlier you got college coaches coming in there, so you know that you got something going on if you got the coaches looking. So it's a good time of year for you. I know you're waiting for August to get ready and start practicing. So I appreciate you joining me, Coach.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for having us, and let us know if there's anything you need in the future. Okay.
Thank you, Coach.